Miscellaneous minds, never explaining the minds. Devilish grin for my alias, aliens who respond. Peddling sin, thinking maybe when you get old you realize I'm not gonna fold or demise. I don't smoke crack, motherfucker, I sell it.
What is going on, everybody? This is the Miscellaneous Minds podcast. I'm your co-host, Puma Gato, the cat that hands you your big hype back. And to my left over here is the main man, Jesus De Niro, the man that makes the fat stacks. Together we form the dynamic duo that won't die. Deadly ideas, brother, and spicier content than your girl's OnlyFans. What is going on, everybody? Before we get into tonight's topic, please make sure to like, comment, hate, subscribe, DM us about the bullshit. And with that, let's get right into it. So, as my man here said, big hype. Finally, it's happening. McGregor versus Chandler. Set in stone. We have a date, and it's happening. We're here to talk about it. Listen. I'll be honest with you guys. We actually just did a video about Dustin Poirier a second ago. Why am I bringing Dustin Poirier up? Listen, after the last couple of fights that McGregor has had in the octagon, I personally don't see the hype. Yes. McGregor did a lot of big things and monumental things for MMA and the UFC in general. I get it, not disputing it, he did. That being said, that McGregor and this McGregor are two completely different McGregors. This McGregor has an insane amount of money. He sold his whiskey brand. He's started up his own, if you want to call it an MMA promotion, whatever you want to call it. He's done a lot of big things. He's bought yachts. He's bought the Lamborghini yacht or something like that. Very, very, very fancy things. A lot of money, so on and so forth. Great. That's great. He should enjoy his success. He deserves to enjoy his success. Here's why I have a problem with it. It's hard to get up and go for a run when you're sleeping in silk sheets. I know you guys have all heard the actual phrase plenty of times, and I think McGregor is the embodiment of that. He is enjoying his life, as he should, but I don't think he's taken what got him there as seriously, which, to be fair, it could be an issue for anybody. But don't dangle the carrot in front of your MMA fans. Don't dangle the carrot in front of all the hardcore McGregor fans, because then people like myself, who see a lot of flaws, who see a lot of detriment to the game, who see a lot of things that I could pick at, are going to come in here and pick at them. I'm never going to claim to be the biggest McGregor fan. I never was. I never jumped on the hype train. I respected the man's skill, but I'm not going to pretend and act like I was from the beginning. I wasn't. Now, that being said, the fight itself, I actually dug it when it came out. Not because I thought Chandler was any particular type of threat to McGregor. In fact, I think Chandler's actually tailor-made for McGregor to beat him. More because, I do think that a person that is as good a person as Chandler is deserves to get some of that paper. Now, let's talk about the fight itself. I do think McGregor stands a very, very, very high chance to win. I think Chandler is too reckless while going in there. He's always a great fight. You're always going to get, a banger of a fight, which is phenomenal for us MMA fans, but not exactly super technically sound. He's not. McGregor has good knockout power, and I would hope he has even more knockout power now that they're moving up a division, from what would be the norm for McGregor. So all the circumstances are basically set up for a perfect McGregor win. Now, here's the thing. I predicted this a while back. You can ask my man here. This was before the first Poirier fight. I told my man here, look, if he gets 2 or 3 more losses, it's going to be retirement. We're about 2 now. 2 Dustin Poirier losses. This will be the 3rd. If McGregor loses, which is a big if, I think it's going to be time to call it a career. Not because the man can't still bring in crowds, not because the man can't do a lot for the people that he fights because he can get them a fat payday, but because there's a clear decline. And even though I'm not the biggest fan of McGregor, listen, I don't wish ill on the man. I don't hope that the man gets brain damage. I don't hope that he gets any sort of can't come back from injury. I just think, listen, man, your heart's clearly not in it no more. As far as technically sound, again, McGregor has all the tools to be able to beat Chandler because Chandler is reckless. He goes in there and he tries to bang. All the things that are perfectly tailored for a McGregor win. And if he can't pull it off in this scenario where it is perfectly set up for him to win, what are we even talking about here? Why even? Listen, you don't.
you don't need to do this anymore. And I know a lot of people say, well, that's exactly why he should. He doesn't need to. But listen, it has nothing to do with that. There was one time Oscar De La Hoya was interviewed because he was talking about having a comeback fight. And everyone was asking, my man, why? Why? You don't need to. You made plenty of money. You don't need to do this. And Oscar said, listen, it's not that I need to do this. I do have plenty of money. It's that the warrior in me just can't stay down. And I think the same goes for McGregor. I think he watches some of his old fights and he relives the glory days. And he's like, man, I want to go back to that. I want the entire crowd, the entire arena yelling my name. McGregor, Conor. Listen, I get it. I completely get it. But his heart's just not in it. We literally were just talking about a video where the man is, we're a few weeks out from the fight, and the man is out here partying in the club, drinking, clearly intoxicated. What are we doing here? McGregor fans, what are y'all doing here? Get your man. What do you think about that, my dude?
Listen, man, it definitely is it's conflicting because, I also wasn't the biggest McGregor fan. In fact, I'd actually go as far to say I'm actually a McGregor hater more so than I am a fan. But again, I can't deny. Look, the man was champ. The man was probably the one that got most of the casuals into the MMA scene. To be honest, we were thankful for that. It gave more exposure to the sport. I can't deny that. I can't deny the accolades that this man has had, and I can't deny he was the face of not just UFC but MMA at the time. I can't deny that. But again, it also seems like, yes, like his focus isn't really on MMA as far as the fighting goes. It might be on the business side, considering that he is now the owner of, Bare Knuckle Fight Championships. So again, the fact that he now had part owner. But again, that's probably going to include a lot of money for him. Like that's money flush that he now has. More money to be spending on yachts, getting dome on yachts, getting not dome in the club, enjoying some strawberry shortcake ice cream bars in bed. Hey, look, there's nothing wrong with that. If you want to enjoy your life, do it. But it seems like everything is everything that's taking his focus away is taking away all the focus from his because he's not said anything about the fight once. Maybe a mumble here and there, but nothing. For Michael Chandler has been, at the very least, kind of radio silent, and it just seems like he's focusing all in on this fight. He's had all of his focus on that, and to be honest, I think that's going to be a bit of a detriment for Conor McGregor. Because at the end, there's the I don't really need this, and I think that's going to be also kind of a focus in the ring, where it's like, I don't really need this fight. I predict he's probably going to play it a little bit safe. He's not going to go in he's not really going to lock in. He's not going to go for anything too reckless, too brave. I think he's going to be kind of a by the numbers affair for Conor McGregor. And I think it's going to, or at least he's going to try and go for a decision win. Kind of controversial to say that given Conor's past exploits in fights, and given that he was mostly trying to go for big knockout finishes. But again, I think it's going to be a kind of a save by the numbers affair, where again, Michael Chandler is going to be completely locked in. He's going to try and go so hard for a KO knockdown. And I think it's going to be more so, I think it's going to be, I don't think he's going to fully knock out Conor. I still think it's going to be a decision, but I think it's going to be a decision win for Michael Chandler. I just don't think I don't think Chandler has that much skill to be able to take Conor down, but he is going to outpace him. But what do you think about that?
Listen, my man, I think that if Chandler plays the fight smart, he can win. And what I mean by smart is boring. It's not Chandler's style, which is why I don't think he's going to do it. But if he goes in there and just tries to outpoint McGregor, he can win as long as he doesn't get caught by a big shot. That being said, listen, I already said it. This fight is tailor-made for Conor McGregor. This should be the big, I don't want to call it a return because God knows when he's going to fight again, but this should be the big comeback for Conor McGregor. And listen, if that does happen, if Conor McGregor gets a knockout, especially a good knockout, what he's going to do is going to call Dustin a punk. He's going to call him all types of names. And that might be the third big old gigantic fight that might keep Dustin in the game and might get both of them a fat payday. As far as the fight itself, listen, again, McGregor should win this fight. He should. Chandler's also coming up in weight. He's always been at a lower weight class. theoretically, he didn't have a lot of power to begin with. So theoretically, he's not really going to have that much more power in a higher weight class. That's not true for Conor. Conor will have more power. Conor has always had power. So it's one of those things where it only benefits Conor. It's also going to slow Chandler down a bit more, having a little bit more weight on him. Another benefit for Conor. Chandler has been caught by people with not as much power as Conor. Number of individuals, actually. So there's plenty of reasons why this Conor should win, and this fight is tailor-made for him. This is just our initial prediction, but listen, I'm going to pick Conor McGregor to win. We'll do a follow-up closer to the fight, but that's who I'm going to pick right now. Initially, I'm going to pick Conor McGregor. Who do you got winning this fight, bro?
I personally got a Chandler win going into this. I think it's going to be a decision victory for Michael Chandler, but that's personally me.
All right, so yeah, there you go. We'll see how it goes. Again, it's one of those things where everything's perfectly set up for Conor to win. If he doesn't win, call it a day, man. You don't need this anymore, big dog. Go have fun. Go talk shit on Twitter. Go make fun of people. Go do that. You don't really need this anymore. And with that, make sure to like, comment, hate, subscribe, DM us about the bullshit, and
until next time, get rest and stay blessed. We'll see you on the next one.